So now we have seen what is the work done or energy stored in a capacitor. So that is simply this work done is also the potential energy stored in a capacitor. So Q square upon 2C or equal to half CV square is equal to Q half QV. So this energy stored is also represented by U. U is equal to work done. Okay. Now for a parallel plate capacitor. For a parallel plate capacitor, let us see energy stored in a capacitor. So this is the formula Q square upon 2C. So this is the formula. This is U is equal to Q square upon 2C. Now what is this Q? Q, we have seen sigma is equal to charge density Q upon A. So Q is simply A sigma. So Q square is equal to A sigma square. 2 is here. And C we have seen epsilon naught A by D. This is the value of C. So we have put epsilon naught A by D, the value of. Now the surface charge density sigma is related to electric field. How this is related? We have already seen this electric field for parallel plate capacitor is simply sigma upon epsilon naught. Sigma upon epsilon naught. Now the energy stored in a capacitor U is equal to, let us put all these things together. So what we will get, U is equal to half from here epsilon naught, because this is E epsilon naught, sigma is E epsilon naught into AD. So how it was done, let us solve. So this was there A square sigma square into D upon, this is 1 by 2 is outside and this is epsilon naught A. Okay. So 1A is cancelled out. So A sigma square D upon epsilon naught. Now let us put the value of sigma from this equation. What is sigma? Sigma is simply E epsilon naught. Okay. So what would be the value of U? U will become, U is equal to 1 by 2 A, let us take this D here as well, sigma square E square into epsilon naught square, and 1 epsilon naught is in the denominator. So this denominator epsilon naught is cancelled. So this is half AD E square epsilon naught. So this is the total energy stored in a capacitor. But if you see this area into distance is a volume. Area into distance is always a volume. So let us see what happens. So note that AD, area into distance, is volume of the region between the plates. So this is a volume. So if we define energy density, again see, this energy was capital U, this energy density is small u, energy per unit volume. Energy density as energy stored per unit volume. So energy stored per unit volume is simply, so energy stored was 1 by 2 epsilon naught E square into AD, that was the volume. Now energy stored per unit volume, if we divide by volume, so if we divide by volume, this volume and volume cancels out and we get energy stored per unit volume. So this is cancelled out, half epsilon naught E square, that is energy stored per unit volume. So energy density of electric field is in terms of, this is in terms of electric field, this is the energy density. Also last time this question came in the pre-board examination. that what is the energy stored in a capacitor, energy density of a capacitor. So here is a general remark. Though we have derived this equation for a parallel plate capacitor, the result on energy density of an electric field in fact very general and holds true for electric field of any configuration of charges. So what they are saying, we have derived this relation for parallel plate capacitor, but this relation holds true for electric field of other configuration of charges as well. So this is always remains same. However, we have derived only for a special case of parallel plate capacitor. Now let us see this example 2.10. So what is this example? A 900 picofarad capacitor is charged with 100 volt battery. So the battery is 100 volt and this capacitor has a capacity of 900 picofarad. Again, you see this capacitance is quite small. Picofarad, pico is 10 to power minus 12. So capacitance is again very small. Farad is a very big unit. How much electrostatic energy is stored in the capacitor? So that is same U. You have to calculate how much energy is stored. Now, so it is connected to a battery. Battery is producing 100 volt and the capacitance of this capacitor is 900 picofarad. You know this will get charged and stored some energy. So what would be that stored energy in this capacitor? Now, once the capacitor is charged, the capacitor is disconnected from the battery. Now it has been charged. We have removed the battery and connected to another capacitor of 900 pico. So another capacitor is also same. So we have removed the battery and this capacitor instead of a battery now connected to another capacitor. Instead of this battery there is another capacitor connected to this capacitor. So and both have same capacity. Both have same capacitance 900 picofarad. So in this case we must know that charge will be, since capacitance is equal, charge would be divided into half. Half positive charge will go on this. From the charge conservation, half of the charge will go on capacitor 2 as well. So half of the charge on capacitor 1, half of the charge on the capacitor 2 will be there. Now what is the electrostatic energy stored now? So in first case we have to calculate the electrostatic energy U. In second case, though there are two capacitors, we have to calculate the electrostatic energy stored in this system. In first case as well as in second case. Now for the first case, let us see what will happen. So the charge on the capacitor Q is equal to CV, simply C into V. The capacitance is 900 picofarad. Now voltage is 100 volt. So CV is 9 into, so you calculated 2 zeros and 2 zeros, that means 4 powers are gone. 9 into 10 to power minus 8 coulomb. So the energy stored U is equal to half CV square is equal to half QV. So we have seen different formulae. So we know Q is this much, half, Q is 9 into 10 to power minus 8 coulomb and this voltage is 100 volt. We get 4.5 into 10 to power minus 6 joule. So this is the energy stored on a single capacitor. Now let us see, in a steady situation the two capacitors have the positive plates at the same potential. That means potential must remain the same and their negative plates also at the same potential. Let the same potential difference be V dash. So the potential difference between positive and negative plates is V dash. The charge on each capacitor is Q dash is equal to CV dash. So this is the new charge. By charge conservation, this new charge would be half of the initial charge. So what does this say? Since capacitance cannot be changed, the potential on each capacitor, potential will remain same. So potential difference would be half of the initial potential difference. In this case, total energy of the system is 2, because there are two, since there are two capacitors, 2 into 1 by 2 new charge q dash into new potential v dash. This, if we put these values, this 2 and 2 cancels out. This is half of the initial charge, half q half v, so 1 by 4 qv. So if we have calculated last one, so we just 1 by 4 times of that last energy stored. So this is 2.25 into 10 to power minus 6 joule. So this is the energy stored. So in the previous section you had seen that was 1 by 2 qv, this time it is 1 by 4 qv. So even though there is one more capacitor, but the energy stored has become halved. So why it is so? Because though there is no charge loss, charge has been not lost, but the initial energy was double of this, or this energy is half of the initial energy. Where is the remaining energy gone? So there is some energy lost in transport, in taking the charge from capacitor 1 to capacitor 2. So the energy is lost during taking this charge from capacitor 1 to capacitor 2 in form of heat and electromagnetic radiation. So now this chapter is completed. You must complete all the exercises and complete the notes.